Welcome back, Devils fans. And when it rains, it pours. What else could go wrong? The story of the 2023-2024 New Jersey Devils. And folks, two more guys out of the lineup. Today, we have lost Mikey McLeod and calfoote for an undetermined amount of time as they deal with a pending legal issue stemming from an incident years ago during a World Junior Championship run. So there's been chatter about this. I'm not going to get too much into the weeds on the details and things, but there was an incident years ago with a Canadian World Junior Championship team involving a girl and alcohol and potential misconduct and allegations and all of that stuff. And so yesterday, people were speculating because Carter Hart of the Philadelphia Flyers and Dylan Dubé of the Flames, both who were on that World Junior Championship team yesterday, requested personal time away from their respective hockey teams. And then the rumor mill and speculation started going wild. People connected the dots immediately that both of these guys were on that World Junior Championship team. It seems very bizarre that they would both take these leave of absences from their teams on the same day. And people started to speculate we're going to see more guys and potentially Mikey McLeod do the same. And as far as McLeod goes, the rumors intensified after both him and calfoote were noticeably absent from last night's Devils charity gala at the Rock. And, you know, it seemed like, okay, well, there's something here. This is probably going to happen. And then today the Devils just put out the simple statement: Michael McLeod and calfoote have each requested and been granted indefinite leave of absences from the team. The club will have no further comment at this time. And so clearly both of them on that same Canada team are now going to be dealing with this along with the other guys or their co-defendants in the case. And who knows what this is going to look like, right? You know, he's probably facing charges. I believe they have to turn themselves in, you know, to kind of face the music or whatever they're going to be going on here. And it's an unfortunate situation. I've read some of the stories. You could go look it up. I don't want to get too much into the details of the allegations or what happened, but I'm here to talk about now. This is two more guys absent from the club. Motor Mike was on pace for a career year, was on pace to set himself up for a very nice payday in the offseason. And now it seems like his career in hockey could be in jeopardy. His future is definitely in jeopardy, regardless of how this all plays out. His name is going to be somewhat tarnished, or there'll be a little asterisk next to his name. And it's really unfortunate. It's an unfortunate thing. And now the Devils are without these two guys. Motor Mike, monster year, big part of the club. And now with all these injuries, you know, the roster just continues to get decimated every game by game. Guys coming off the roster. And so now Motor Mike is gone. calfoote is gone. And keep in mind, calfoote seemed like a solid replacement for the time being on the blue line. And he's only in the lineup because Dougie Hamilton injured. Then we have Brendan Smith injured. Then we have Siegenthaler injured. So it took 3 injuries for this guy to even make it to the club, and now we lost him as well. So the defense is looking like it's going to be made up of super young, inexperienced guys, as we've talked about time and time again. So now we're going to have Kevin Ball, Shimo Nemitz, Luke Hughes, John Marino, Hataka, and then someone that we're going to have to call up. I thought we needed a defenseman desperately before all the injuries and things happened. Now it's almost like we need to make a move to get a defenseman, even if it's not a flashy name. Something's got to give. Also forgot Colin Miller injured as well. So yeah, this has been the year of, I've never seen this many injuries. I don't believe we've ever dealt with something with people where players dealing with pending legal issues. And so the roster just continues to drop off. And we will certainly be icing half of an AHL roster, honestly, for the next couple games at least. And so I think the defense needs to be addressed with all these injuries. And now calfoote gone, I don't know what we're really going to do here. I mean, it's really unprecedented territory for the Devils. And maybe there couldn't have been too many instances in league history where something like this has happened, where all these guys and legal issues. I'm just hoping that there's nothing else, in the horizon for us. We need to keep the bodies we have healthy, and hopefully no one else has any sort of lingering issues. But this is kind of wild. and guys are going to have to step up. McLeod's going to be a huge loss. I'm curious to see who gets called up in his absence. Yeah, and so as this goes on, coming off the Fitzy press conference last night, it just seems like he might really be punting on the season. And, you know, I never want to do that. I'd always like to try to make a run and make the club as good as possible. I don't want to overpay, and I do believe you have to have some level of patience and not, you know, get fleeced on a deal. But I think if we ignore the goalie situation for the year and we address it in the summer, I could live with that. I suppose, again, not my preference. I'd like us to get somebody, you know, this season, and preferably as soon as possible, even if it's not, you know, the Markstrom, Gibson, Saros, at least something that's more of a Band-Aid fix to at least help us for this year. But the defense is, you know, very shaky as is on the season already, and now we lose another guy. It's just, it's really unfortunate. Lindy's really been dealt a tough hand, and I think, you know, again, not to make excuses and things, but the reality is the reality. With this season the way it's gone, and now this newest blow announced today, he's definitely getting a pass on the year. I mean, you can't, if we get into the playoffs, you know, that would just be another feather in the cap of Lindy Ruff. You can't expect, with all of these dramatic events and injuries, to, you know, be a world beater team. It's just not reality, and it's just depressing, honestly. I hope we can just continue to tread water. I do think the return of Jack Hughes, hopefully right after the All-Star break, will be a huge boost to the club. It's obviously not going to fix our goaltending or defensive issues, but it'll at least lift guys' spirits and make our offense much better, and then hopefully we can just outscore our problems once again at that point. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments. This is another horrible thing in the news for the New Jersey Devils, and another just hit on the season where we just got to, you know, overcome the adversity. It's just, it doesn't seem to be ending. And if the guys could pull through and make the playoffs, you know, even more of a testament to the club and the guys that have been in the lineup lately. It's just hard times, and hopefully we find a way to pull through. Just, you know, devastating news coming out today. McLeod and Foote, wishing the best for them on their journeys with whatever they got to do to deal with this and hopefully exonerate themselves of whatever they're being accused of. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who do you guys think we should call up? Is there any potential trade targets you would like to see? Anything Devils, as always, put them in the comments. Love talking to you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils.